let's get going then. So welcome everyone to today's Neoxa AMA event. I'm Ginger here with Andy, and we understand how valuable your time is, so we're going to keep this meeting to about 30 minutes long and focused as possible. So how are you doing today, Andy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Fantastic. That's great. 10 pounds heavier over Christmas, but
yeah, that happens.
It's all right. So before we get started, we'll just do a quick not financial advice disclaimer. This discussion may include predictions, estimates, or other information that might be considered forward-looking. While this discussion represents Andy and my own current opinions on what the future may hold for Neoxa, they are subject to crypto industry and related market risks and uncertainties that could cause actual results to differ. You are therefore cautioned not to place reliance on these opinions as financial advice or as investment strategy today or going forward. And with that, let's get rolling. So
let's do it.
Andy, before we get into our community AMA questions, why don't you summarize what the Neoxa project is and does for gamers new to the project and our investors?
Yeah, okay. Well, Neoxa is a hybrid proof of work blockchain. We have smart nodes. Unlike other community and coins, we give opportunities for streamers and gamers to enter the crypto space without the need to invest a cent, where there will be more eyes within the crypto space. That's always been a goal of ours. We've seen thousands of gamers already play on the Neoxa play-to-earn servers. With that, we've got a marketplace where people spend coins within the game. We've burned more than 40 million coins, I think, now. And yeah, we just target the people that's not in crypto, and that's necessarily what the crypto world wants. And with that, we also have the separate part of Neoxa for investors where people can invest in smart nodes. So yeah, it's basically a cryptocurrency where there's so many different side of things that people can invest, they can play, and they can stream. And we want to make sure we build a great community around it. And I think we've done pretty good over the last year and a half. And with Neoxa as well, we are not just a gaming coin. We're not just a streaming coin. It's also a coin where people can spend it and buy things. And yeah, it's generally, I believe, the way crypto should be, because we have probably more utility than most projects, because we are actually utility focused and people can spend Neoxa, earn Neoxa. And yeah, I think that's pretty much our aim for it.
And really a great community too. And
yeah,
we'll be taking a deeper dive into some of those aspects of the project. But in 2023, it's been an amazing year for Neoxa and its development. If you can just summarize maybe a few of those significant milestones that you and the team have accomplished over the last year.
Yeah. Last year we launched smart nodes. Took a bit longer than we should have, but we launched it great. The node launch was good. We didn't have too many issues. We got onto MEXC last year. We launched the stream to earn where people can do Twitch. We are planning to add more platforms in the near future. And then
I think YouTube's part of that, right?
Yeah. YouTube is part of it because YouTube's probably one of the bigger ones for us because that's where most of the cryptocurrency talk takes place anyway. And so yeah, that's going to be this year's focus, to add much more platforms and obviously work on those side of things. But yeah, last year was a good. We added new games. We added Fortnite. We added Dota. We are currently busy working on CS2. And yeah, I think last year was probably the best year so far. And this year will be even better.
Stream to earn was pretty cool too. Stream to earn, like that just came out of nowhere. It seemed like we were thinking about, maybe a year or two down the road, we're gonna, integrate that, and all of a sudden now we're doing it. So it's really been accelerating, and that's an exciting development.
Yeah, it's cool to see people use it. Obviously, as we add more platform, more people will join it, and yeah, we just need to work on adding more platforms.
For sure. So our community, as always, they ask a lot of questions, and I've categorized them into groups, including gaming, mobile and SDK, exchanges, marketing and related initiatives, and finally, number 5, the future. So time permitting, we'll do some live questions at the end. Again, we wanted to keep this to about 30 minutes. We know people have a lot of other things to do and their time is valuable. So let's just get into the first part of it, which is gaming. So Alogardco wants to know if we can do another community poll on Twitter to plan out the next batch of games, and also would like to know if League of Legends is a possibility.
Okay. Well, with gaming, I think we will stop at CS2 for computer gaming. We really want to breach out into the mobile side of things this year. That's definitely the aim. And yeah, we've got enough console. We've got enough computer games. We've got Fortnite for console. And so this year, I think the market for mobile gaming is so big. So we definitely have to breach out into that.
You'd say that's the focus. That's the focus for 2024.
That's the focus. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And it's not that we're exiting PC.
Not at all. No, not at all. Yeah.
Or console gaming. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. So Shinri also asked about Rocket League being complete out of integration.
Yeah. Rocket League is something that we will probably still add in the future. It's just not there right now. I mean, we do want to get CS2 done, and then we'll probably focus on the mobile side of things. It's just we always look at games and we'll see the popularity of things. I mean, Rocket League has not been that popular for a while. But yeah, it's probably something that we'll add in the future. Just for now, let's not.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. DX Core asks the sales of games and or skins by Neoxa, and a related question from Doug Life: what is the possibility of a skin exchange for players?
Well, the skin exchange is technically only possible on the servers that we own. When we will try to do it on different things, let's say we would want to do it on Fortnite or whatever, there's some legalities that we need to comply with, and so we don't necessarily want that. We just want to make it simple so we don't step on any toes.
Okay, that's fair enough. Wind for the Win asks, will we add PUBG?
Not right now. I'll never say never, but for now, no.
Okay. So, what mobile games are you looking at this time?
So, actually, we are exploring a game that's unique to Neoxa, where we would like to maybe it's something that we've spoken about. It's something that we're looking at, where we can maybe buy out a small game that's been developed, and we can work on top of that game. So we don't wait forever to build a game from scratch, but we can build out on top of that. That's definitely the aim, where we want a unique game to us.
So, that's an interesting direction, because thus far we've been integrating, some of the most popular games in the world. So now you're looking at actually acquiring a game and integrating it into Neoxa.
Yeah, that's something we want to do.
Okay, well, that's really great. So we'll move on to mobile and SDK questions. Spell asks, can I link my mobile games to your service in the future? And I think that's an interesting question, given the assets.
Yeah. So with the SDK development, how it will work is we'll develop the SDK to make it easy for people to integrate Neoxa assets within their game. Now, we've got a community developer, Zoki, developing the asset exchange and working on that. So that will fall place within that system where these assets will be able to be exchanged for Neoxa. And the SDK is pretty much just the integration for the game developer to have Neoxa assets within his game to make the whole system quite easy for them to integrate it.
Okay, and I'll tie on Buckle Bill's question. He's looking for a deep dive or more preliminary insight into the progress and outlook of the SDK. He believes that this will be a game changer of game chambers changes for the Neox. So, do you want to add a little more color on that?
So actually, in February this year, we'll start. We've already started on some of it, the planning of it, and we'll have a dedicated developer that actually just work on that part of the SDK from Feb. And yeah, I mean, we want to make it unique where people can actually utilize it in a really easy way to to make sure we don't exclude anyone and people can just add Neoxa assets within the game. That's really the aim of it.
Okay. And Don Bigodi mentioned he's incredibly bullish on Neoxa and believes that expanding the dev team is needed to push the project through its roadmap.
Yeah.
But he wants to know when will the mobile game developer partnership be revisited? And he and others believe it's a major piece of the bull case for Neoxa, and love to get some light on more light shown on the situation and specifically timelines and the plan. You have anything to add on that?
Yes and no. One, we will probably still pursue it. It's not dead in the water, but it's just something that we're not doing right now. We are going to visit it this year, but I'm not going to give a timeline on it because I don't want to make promises and don't keep it.
Okay, so that's another trip to Thailand coming up then, or is it a back burner thing right now?
We'll see. I just, like I said, I just don't want to give any promises on it, and then people keep asking the questions. It's just not something I'm not willing to talk about right now.
Okay, and is that more of an NDA thing?
Nah, it's just I don't like giving timelines.
Okay, fair enough. We'll move on to exchanges. Andy, you mentioned that Neoxa is currently undergoing some exchange audits. Can you expand on this, please?
So we've applied for many exchanges, and the nice thing about after the MEXC listing, many exchanges contacted us. We've applied for the ones that we think will take us to the next level. CoinEx, for example, I mean, that was a free listing pretty much. And so, yeah, there's other exchanges, there's big exchanges where you actually have to do audits, and we're currently in the auditing process. Lots of these companies, they close during Christmas times, they close during New Year's, and so everything we start seeing any news anytime soon on that.
Okay, and is it correct to assume that if an exchange asks for an audit, you are essentially pre-qualified?
It's basically a pre-qualification if you can pass the audit. So it's basically when you take out a bank loan, you pre-qualify until they do the checks. Pretty much the same concept.
Okay, and since we've been there was an audit involved with MEXC, is that correct?
Yeah.
Each exchange requires its own audit process. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, CoinEx did not.
Okay.
But I think, how could I say it? Probably the bigger ones, they would do an audit and a security check on the coin. So yeah.
Okay. So you paid to audit the code. You send that in and wait and see.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So we'll move on now to marketing related initiatives. So from Raho, have you considered collaborations with YouTubers, influencers, streamers, or gaming teams to broaden the awareness and impact of the Neoxa project?
We have. I mean, we've contacted many as well. We have previously contacted a company where we wanted to work with them. It's a marketing company. They were involved in another project, and they said, okay, well, they can't work with us. And then obviously we move on. We went to another company, and we're currently busy setting that up. No issues there, and we should start it pretty soon. Yet again, I don't want to give time, but I'll say in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll definitely have a good marketing campaign going that's paid for the next 6 months.
Sure. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to have a Fortnite team with wearing Neoxa shirts?
Yeah, very cool.
No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, moving on to a question from Super PandaBot. Other crypto, for example, Casbah, has had a successful marketing strategy. Has Neoxa considered adapting Casbah's strategy? And if so, how is that coming along?
Yeah, and like I just said, that's what we do. That's what we're doing right now. I mean, we are actually using a company where we don't do it ourselves because we are not marketers, and we are currently working with them.
Okay, and is this also under NDA, or is that can you
It's
share
no
the name
NDA.
of that marketing company?
No, I mean, it's just a company, and we'll probably share it as soon as we accept them. I mean, we've not accepted it the whole contract, but it is a contract for a 6 months agreement. We testing the water, see if there's better, but for now it seems like that's what we'll do, and we'll start soon. I don't want to give a company's name, and the next week I change my mind and use someone else.
Yeah, sure, that's fair enough. And
Yeah,
I know that, like, we when we did the XC exchange, we
yeah,
raised $50,000 from the community
yeah,
in about 19 days. Now,
yeah,
uh, I'm just going to ask my own question.
yeah.
Will we be doing a fundraise similar to that to fund a 6 month or longer marketing strategy for 2024?
It's actually it's going to be funded by me and a community member, so no, probably not. But we'll definitely do some different funding, maybe if we're going to need it for some exchange or whatever. If
Okay,
we need it, yeah,
sure. Like for fees or audits, perhaps, or
yeah,
that kind of thing.
sure,
I just I look at the community, Andy, and they're so excited and so uh, eager to help out. With
yeah,
helping you move the project along, and for
yeah,
everybody,
for
really,
sure.
everybody
Mhm.
wins.
That's right.
So uh, I'm gonna also ask, like, can you discuss more about the ad collect revenue and how that might incentivize user growth?
The what revenue? The ad revenue?
Well, yeah, like I know that we were talking about gamers
The,
or streamers
the
clicking on ads,
monetization, yeah,
getting
yeah.
the
Okay.
monetization of. If you want, can you go
Yes.
into that a little more
So
deeply?
yeah, it's something that we're expanding on. We've partnered with a little ad company for the gaming portal, but yeah, we are planning to move that in the near future. As soon as we get accepted to a different platform, um, where we can have good ads running on the gaming portal and marketplace, asset exchange, and within the games itself too. And all those revenue we want to push in back to pay the gamers. The gamers can get rewarded more, and that's also where the buyback comes back in, where we want to buy Neoxa on the exchanges, and we'll just send that to the burn address. So there's going to be percentages to all of them. Some goes to the gamers, some goes to the burn address, and yeah, that's where all the ad revenue will go. I mean, we can even make a split. Say we split it in a third, and a third goes to marketing, or a third goes to exchanges, and that's definitely something that's quite flexible. We'll do community vote when it comes to that.
Okay, yeah, and as an investor, I think that is key. That is a key point to help everybody win, whether it be gamers or streamers, investors. Uh, you know, everybody wins on
Yeah,
on that for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. Yeah,
So let's go on to the future. So I mean, look, it's been a great for Neoxa, right? I
yeah,
mean, I think both our gaming and investment communities would maybe like some insight on what 2024 and beyond will bring.
yeah.
So NF Tasty asks, can you share data on the number of active gamers on our platform and give a forecast of your expected growth?
Actually, people will be quite happy. We are currently adding a growth chart within the gaming portal. We expect that to be completed in the next few weeks, and then people can see exactly where we're growing, where we're losing some players, where we're gaining some players. So that's definitely something that we're working on, and we know people want that. So in the next few weeks, you'll be able to see that.
What number is it at right now on the gaming portal?
I mean, for instance, well, currently people can see the wallets link. If they go to gaming.neoxa.net, they can see the wallets it links. They can verify the explorer within the gaming portal. They can see how many people we pay on a daily basis, and that should give everyone a general, how can I say, a general over how many players we have. Um, but I mean, we've done close to 500,000 payments. Just over 500,000 actually. I think not looked at, but yeah, and we should have that data for everyone pretty soon.
So, like for 2024, are you expecting, say, a 25% increase, 50% increase, or is there a target that you're shooting for?
Yeah, we have a target, but I think that plays hand in hand with marketing. because we can see, for instance, we had a bit of community marketing taking place a few months ago, and we could actually see how much of an impact that had. And we had user growth on Discord, we had user growth on Twitter, and yeah, I would say a 20 to 30% growth for this year is pretty realistic.
Yeah, that's big. So Xradic asks, can you tell us about Neoxa's core values, mission, and long-term goals?
Yeah. So we just basically want to be the play to earn coin, where we are technically the first blockchain that rewards people without having to invest anything. And our goal is just to have a very inclusive coin and inclusive community where everyone can participate, no matter the background where you come from. And that's always been our goal. And yet again, bringing more eyes into the cryptocurrency market. And the main goal for Neoxa as well is just to enter the Web3 space this year. I mean, we are going to start working on our utilities for our smart nodes, and that's going to be one of the focuses for this year as well.
Okay, and to follow up on that, with the rising competition, like for example, copycat coins, what are your plans to make sure Neoxa will be known as the king of the hill and play to earn?
Yeah, yet again, definitely marketing. Definitely doing it better. I mean, we've done it right from the start. I honestly can't fault for what we've done thus far. We've seen a few people trying to copycat us. I don't want to
It's really
say.
a compliment, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's just, I think it's actually a good thing for us. It gives us some motivation, gives us ways to think how to do it better every time, and that's definitely what we're doing. We are still one of the play to earn coins with the best burning mechanism. We make sure it's deflationary. And yeah, that's one thing that we want to make sure as well is we don't want to throw out a thousand games out there and say, okay, well, off you go, have fun, because there's so many ways to exploit it, and all these copycat coins are being exploited to the ground. People just don't realize it, and that's definitely something that we want to avoid, because when you enter the bigger markets, there's going to be that question: well, are you being exploited? And there's not many coins that can say they're not, because they definitely are, and that's why we've even implemented whitelisting via Discord. We've done so many things just to make sure the system is not exploited.
Yeah, and no, I don't get it. I guess in a way it is a compliment in terms of it does. They're looking at us and saying, hey, you know what? Let me tag onto that. Let me copy that and make a quick buck, right? And
Yeah,
I get it in terms of yeah, maybe they're pushing the space a little bit. Maybe they're
yeah,
getting more people involved in the space. So that really helps everybody.
yeah,
But it can also give some of these copycats they're so bad. I'm not going to name names, but
yeah.
they're nothing like Neoxa.
I mean, for sure. I mean, you can just think the coin comes along, they do a massive pre-mine, off you go, and then we generally see people asking us a question. So, why has their price gone down? Well, there's no coins in existence. They've pre-mined half the blockchain, and that's just one example. I mean, it's short-lived. We here for the long run, where they're probably not going to be here for the long run.
Yeah. So I'll do another follow up question from Xradix. That's 3 from you, buddy. So good on you. He asks, you see Neoxa becoming one of the top 100 cryptos by market cap in the next 2 years?
You guys know I don't really like discussing price, but I honestly I can't see why wouldn't we. We've got such an exciting 2 years ahead. So yeah.
And I'll follow up on that. Andy, in the Discord, you mentioned a few times 10 cents or nothing. So I think the community may interpret that as a goal. Or
the community
right?
will interpret that as a moon boy. Yeah, I mostly do it out of a joke, but
hey, you wrote it.
Yeah, I wrote it a few times, and yeah, I mean 10 cent or nothing. That's the goal. I mean, Hopefully we don't stop
Okay,
there, but
that's the
yeah.
goal. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, let's do the math on that. So today, Neoxa's notes price is about $3,700. That gold make nodes valued about $100,000 each, which is like a
Yeah.
27 times ROI. So
Yeah.
to help our investment community connect the dots to that goal, what catalysts or project acceleration events do you predict in 2024 that could make $100,000 Neoxa nodes possible?
So this year, obviously, we're starting the marketing campaign that we wanted to start long ago. We definitely want to get to the bigger exchanges where there's more eyes on Neoxa. And then obviously we going to develop our smart nodes to be one of a kind where people can actually utilize it. Unlike most useless smart nodes out there, we want to make sure we are not one of them. So yeah, it's just basically building the utility of Neoxa, and that's what we're planning to do.
Okay, so with that, maybe we'll go to some live questions. Just scrolling through you want to go ahead, Andy? I'm just scrolling through some of the questions here. I think most of it has already been covered from the AMA questions.
Yeah.
But if there's any other questions, guys, ask them now. So, like Turbo 102 asks, what do you see as the biggest challenges to getting listed on a U.S. Exchange such as Coinbase?
Coinbase is so hard. I mean, we've looked at it, we've contacted them. It's a major challenge because there's so many regulatory issues that comes with it. It's just unfortunately we're not there where we can face those. But I mean, there's probably other US based exchanges that we can look at, and unfortunately, most of the exchanges that we've currently applied for are not US based. But yeah, it's something that we should focus on.
Okay. Jan 4IK, you said you had one more. We're waiting, buddy. And you add a reward program in the platform like Retweet. Now, I think there was referrals talked about, right? Can you give a little color on that, Andy?
So referral system will work this way. People will be able to refer people through the gaming portal referral code, and they'll be able to earn credit on the gaming portal. Those credit can be used within our servers. We're currently still working on that, but yeah, we'll have that in Q1 of this year, definitely done.
Sure. I think Chris also asked about the mining algo itself. There was some talk about making it a little bit lighter. Is there any development on that?
I mean, it's not a focus, but yeah, definitely we have someone that's looking at it, that we want to change the algorithm. It's definitely not a focus though.
Okay, fair enough. Well, it's minus 23 Celsius and it's heating my house. I'll tell you that right now. And so, I'm not hating it. That's for sure. So, let's see. How big is the team? Oh, I'm on the team.
Yeah, how big is the team? It really depends what you mean the team, but there's many people part of the team. There's gaming people in the gaming Discord that watches the servers. It really depends what you mean a part of the team. If you mean development team, we are focused on, we have a development fund, so we obviously utilize that to hire developers. We're not just expanding the team, we instead hiring developers to help us progress. But if you mean having right-hand man like we once did, I mean, it's possible. It might happen. We'll see.
Sure. So, and Shin's just asked a question. Has any mobile company contacted their games for integration on future hosting platform?
Not necessarily. I mean, we've had some people in our Discord that's got little games out there with a few thousand installations, or we've had a guy with just over 100,000 installs on the App Store that would like to use it. And yeah, that's pretty much how far we've gotten there. But I'm pretty sure once we are there and people can create assets for their mobile games, it will definitely be used.
And do you think we could charge an STK subscription fee, or maybe based on usage, is being asked by Turbo 102?
We could, but I feel like that would exclude people, so I would rather not.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So, okay, so I think, Andy, do you have any closing comments? I think we can wrap it up. We're almost at 30-minute mark. And again, I just wanted to keep it focused. But do you have any closing comments for 2024 or anything else you want to discuss?
Yeah. Yeah, so this year it's just all about building. Like I said earlier, definitely we want to focus on marketing this year because now we have a bit more of a developed project. Before it was, why would we market something that's not really developed? But now we are a bit more developed, and that's something we want to focus on. And yeah, this year we want to get the SDK done. We want to start on actually focusing the utility for smart nodes. We want to add more platforms to stream to earn. And it's definitely probably not going to be released this year, but we want to start working on our own streaming platform.
Okay, fair enough. And I guess
I'm just reading.
2024.
Yeah, I'm just reading about what about the white paper. Mine is 45% nodes, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean that's been changed a long time ago when we saw that increasing the rewards for gamers is just not viable for the project. So sorry.
Sure. No, that's okay. And so I'd see 2024 as marketing, shout from the rooftops and retweet, get everybody involved in spreading the word of Neoxa. Would you agree with that?
That's it. Yeah, that's the focus.
Okay, sounds great. Well, Andy, I think we're going to leave it there. We're just past 30 minutes. So I just want to say thank you to the community. Thank you also to the team. Shins, Owl, Martos, our two new mods. The narrator and Xradix, you guys are all doing a fantastic job and really helping out and support and on the gaming channel too. So with that, I think we'll just we'll leave it to the MA for today and look forward to the next one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Good night, guys.
Peace out.